Good afternoon and welcome to another episode of Volunteer Talks. Today we've got a friend of mine actually who I've known for a very long time and who's been involved in a charitable organisation for probably about the same amount of time I've known him really. So I'd like to welcome Mr. Martin Ball. Martin, good morning.
Hi Dan, thanks a lot for having me.
How are you this morning?
Yeah, doing really well, doing great, and just want to say I think what you're trying to do here is an absolute fantastic idea. So thanks a lot for having me on and giving me your time.
You're most welcome, mate. You're most welcome. Thanks for the kind words. Thank you. So yourself, in the heart of Whitney, in the middle, right bang smack in the middle of the community, you are a senior figure in the Ice Centre.
Yeah, so I'm a director of inclusive care and education, more commonly known as the Ice Centre. We started back in Carterton in 2010, so just over 10 years ago. Yeah, probably when we knew each other around the college sort of times. We won't give our age away. Yeah, so we started up, and as you may know, and people seeing this may know, I've got a sister with learning disabilities, and we thought 10 years ago, me and my mum got together and we thought, let's see if we can provide a day service for adults with learning disabilities, and bring her and all of her friends all together, and with a little bit of an educational side, and give it a go. So we set up inclusive care and education, and we opened a day service Monday to Friday, 9 till 4, which is basically people with learning disabilities can come along to learn life skills, and get some activities going, social skills, all sorts of different benefits. Once they've gone through the school system and through college, they can then come along to us. We do open our doors to 14 and above, but predominantly it's adults with learning disabilities. Yeah. So yeah, we started in 2010 just doing the day service. It's soon become relevant that these guys wanted more, so we do a youth club on a Tuesday, a social club, should we say, because we take people from all ages, from 7 till 9:30. Every Tuesday, people just come along and get to know each other, play board games and socialise generally. And then we also do a disco once a month on a Friday. That was something that other people were asking for and saying, everyone wants to go out and have a good time. So we put on a disco once a month. Tends to be around the last Friday of each month, but you have to check the website for more details. Yeah, so we set up the social enterprise. We're not under charity registered. We are a social enterprise, but the reason why we went down that route was because between myself and my mum, the other director, setting up this family business, we wanted to be able to make quick, firm decisions without having to go to a board of trustees and go through all the other loopholes that that charities have to go through. So effectively, most people put their trust in us, but we like to think that 10 years down the line, people have shown their trust back to us. So yeah,
and like I say, it's a name now synonymous with West Oxfordshire. So from the trust element, I mean that's goes without saying. I mean, obviously being in the West Oxfordshire region or community, I suppose. What sort of radius do you see people coming into your centre from, Martin?
So we are obviously a private, so we're not locked in to any postcode area or anywhere. So we can take anybody from absolutely anywhere that wishes to travel. We have regular users as far as Cholbury, Spelsbury, Chippy Norton, and we do run a shuttle service Monday to Friday for people to access the service a bit easier if parents and carers are unable to pick up and drop off back to the centre. We do run a shuttle service as well. So yeah, anyone from anywhere really. Fairford going completely the other direction. Yeah, so yeah, Fairford, Farringdon sort of area. Yeah, quite a wide.
Yeah, oh, that's really good. No, and I think, like I say, with obviously this, as I mentioned, there's two sides to it. There's very much the creating the awareness of the Ice Centre, and the services that they can offer to people with learning disabilities. And then obviously there's the other side of volunteering itself. How can people get involved sort of volunteering wise, Martin?
So we have, yeah, we have lots of opportunities. We do a Saturday group as well, another social group for people to come along and just get involved in. People can come along and help. We do all sorts of activities at that. So it'll be a group bingo, or it'll be a trip to the cinema, or anything like that. Volunteers can come along and get involved with as little or as much as they want to, really. And yeah, Monday to Friday, we're there up until 4 o'clock. Like I said, we do social groups and all sorts of things. So any volunteer can come along, get involved in as little or as much as they like.
That's brilliant. And obviously it's so difficult at the moment with obviously the situation that we're in. But I mean, is it fair to say that you're obviously quite present when it comes to sort of fairs and bits like that? I mean, I know I'm just trying to think of the teepees you kind of get that go up. I mean, they're typically, I know the couple that I can remember that you've been involved in, you're quite visible when you're out in the community with, you know, creating the awareness.
Yeah, we like to be involved in anything that the community has going on. So when we were previously in Carston, we'd be involved in their May Day fairs and fetes and anything else that's going on. Now we're in Whitney, we get involved in the Whitney Carnival, so people may recognise our logo and stuff from there. Anything going on within the community, we're right behind it. So yeah, Remembrance Sunday, you'll always see the Langdale Hall in Whitney. We like to decorate our front windows and get involved in anything that's going on in the local community. So yeah.
And also obviously it's become quite clear recently that, you know, we're being advised to shop local, and obviously the services that go with doing that. Obviously I made it quite clear that that's applicable also to sort of charities, and I know some people that won't want to perhaps maybe get involved in volunteering because it might be not necessarily their gig, but I believe there's a lot of people that are kind of would get involved also in, you know, fundraising. You know, I'm fully aware we've got some great bakers in the area at the moment, and I think you know, is there a chance for people to align yourself with yourself, and you know, if there was a batch of brownies being sold, you know, could a small donation that be made to you guys to maybe improve on services?
Yeah, definitely. We've been around for a little bit now, like I said, and we've made some very, very good connections. And that all started when we won the Community and Charity Award for West Oxfordshire Business Awards, the WOBAs, more commonly known. And that just rolled on, and that's been absolutely fantastic. Made so many links through that. Polythene UK since 2013, so the past 7 years have been really helpful and supportive. So not only monetary support to help us purchase vital equipment or anything else like that, but lots and lots of support along with the business structure and trying to work out things like that with marketing, which is something we don't ever really seem to do. And just other little bits about, like you're saying yourself, raising awareness and other bits that we hadn't really thought about when it comes to running a care company. All the other little bits that can really broaden the horizons for companies. Yeah, just by other places getting involved is fantastic at the moment. And over Christmas, Higgins Flooring, Matt Higgins, that runs Higgins Flooring, has been doing every bedroom that he's put new carpet down for. He's been making a donation of £10 towards our pot, and that pot just before Christmas reached enough to buy our guys a Nintendo Switch. So we can now take our Nintendo Switch, we can put it on our projector screen, and everybody can benefit from that. Yeah, so that's been really great, and a shout out to him.
Yeah, fantastic. Yeah, I mean, I know the guy. I mean, I was in awe of a video that they'd done just before Christmas. Actually, I don't know the guys at all at the moment. Certainly don't know the guys there, but yeah, I think they took their sort of Santa sacks out on into central Oxford for the homeless, and you know, that creates that following on my part to view them, and like I say, you see little bits here and there, and obviously I wasn't aware that they were making a small contribution towards that, but obviously being in the community, you know, look what that's created, but by doing that. So yeah, absolute kudos to those guys for sort of doing that. How many people do you have within the business there, Martin? Obviously, you say your mum and yourself, obviously on the sort of director level. Are they sort of, is it carers essentially then that come, or service users? How is it?
Yeah, so now we've moved further on down the line. The way that we've always worked is every single year we have an AGM with all of our service users and all of our staff. We get everyone together and we say, look, where do we want to take the Eye Centre next year and in the future? How can we improve things? And as the years have gone on, we've progressed. We now own a static caravan over at the Cotswold Water Park, so that we can take our service users on holiday. And we've got a bus, 16-seater minibus, we can take people out and all sorts of different things. As those years have gone on, obviously our service users and the more services that we can offer. So as of today, we have around 25 service users each day, Monday to Friday. We run 4 supported living homes, which have at the moment 12 people with learning disabilities that all live between the 4 homes, live completely independent, but with the support of 24/7 care support within their houses.
Absolutely.
So yes, staff-wise, we've got about 25 full-time staff, and throughout the week, I'd say we probably care for just over 50 different service users.
Brilliant. Yeah, brilliant. No, that's mate, that's fantastic. That's absolutely fantastic. And like I say, it's the progression year on year. It is, you know, as I say, it's vital. And like I say, that the businesses you mentioned, that, you know, to be able to give advice where they've, you know, grown to a certain size, but everyone starts at that, you know, at that level. And like I say, year on year, if you've been able to do the things you do, it's, you know, it's absolutely fantastic. So we'll, like I say, I'll look forward to putting some sort of links on how people can kind of get in touch. Like I say, it sounds like it could be so varied how people can get involved. Like I say, a lot of it probably starts with just a conversation or an email to yourself, and then
our inbox on our Facebook page always open. Feel free to message that'll come directly to myself. And as you've mentioned before, it's not just people's time, but it's also and not just people's money that people can go out and fundraise. There's loads of different ways that people get involved and just help inclusive care and education and the Eye Centre do a lot more that we can do in the community, whether it is putting on fundraisers or whether it is just giving up time. There's lots of different ways and lots of fun things to get involved in as well, you know. And that's the aim of the game, everybody enjoying what they do, and I think that ends up shining through.
Well, mate, and if this can facilitate that, you know, by you know, a simple video to maybe say get a bit of an overview on the Eye Centre. As I mentioned, it's so well known in the community. But I, for one, you know, knowing you and knowing the name, probably didn't know enough about what actually happens in the background and who you assist. So, you know, it's a facilitator for me. And, you know, if the next person, you know, is something that they want to get involved in, and obviously have an opportunity to sort of show how open you are, no doubt you'll take a call or an email from anybody to understand on perhaps where people can get involved to support, let's say, the West Oxfordshire region. So no, it's fantastic, mate. Really great work, and obviously so well to see you doing well. And say the radius, I think, is obviously fantastic, because, you know, no doubt there are people in Whitby that require your services, but there are people further afield as well that really need access to what you are. And like I say, just obviously keep going with the great work. What does the rest of the year look like? Obviously, knowing that there's a bit of light, it seems like there's a bit of light at the end of the tunnel somewhere in there, Martin. What does the rest of 2021 look like for you guys at ICE?
We're keen to, obviously, like everybody else, try and get everything back on track. You know, there's been a lot of needed services that haven't been able to be offered, like our domiciliary care service and all sorts of different things on a lot of our social groups that people really do gain an awful lot from just by coming along, really. We just want to get everything back up and running. And also on a side note, we do run the Langdale Hall and hire out for fundraisers for other people, and that's really been taking a hit. You know, we do regular fundraisers for Marie Curie, all sorts of different, there's about 14 different regular charities that we fundraise for, from bingo and all sorts in the hall, that just haven't had this chance to be able to raise any of their funds. So we want to just get back on our feet and really just help out all the other charities, all the other community groups, and open our doors fully again. Yeah,
Fantastic.
we'd be more than happy if it's back up and running by the end of the
Well,
year.
mate, look, I say, it seems like I say with obviously what's happening in you know in a national scale with vaccines, which obviously out the local area as well. It seems like there is something going on out there. I know we reached that peak and then we dropped down level, and obviously I'm all for the safety element of it, but it just seems at this time that there is something going on out there, which is say only a good thing for everyone. And like I say, especially from an isolation and a mental health aspect of getting involved with volunteering and getting involved once again and try and get back to some sort of normality. So fingers crossed for all of us, as much as yourself over there at the eye centre. So
thanks very much,
mate. Martin, absolutely pleasure to have you, sir. Really appreciate the time this morning, and like I say, look forward to obviously hearing about how the eye centre moves forward sort of on the back of this, and I say hopefully it provides a bit of exposure to you and the team, and like I say, we'll provide the links on how people can get in touch with you and get involved. And yeah, once again, thank you for your time.
Great, cheers, Dan.
No worries at all, mate. Take care.